Welcome to the Nostalgia Test podcast, the show where two longtime friends put their mainstream pop culture past to the ultimate test, the Nostalgia Test. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of the Nostalgia Test podcast. I'm Dan Dissinger here in LA, and I'm here with my co-host and longtime friend, Manny Coelho, there in New York. Manny, I hope you do.
All right, let me take that over, Dan. It's just been a long day for Dan over in LA, even though it's a little later here for me. But here we go, guys. Welcome to the Nostalgia Test podcast. If this is your first time chiming in, this is a place where Dan and I, longtime friends, Manny and Dan, Dan and Manny, or Danny and Manny. I don't think anyone ever calls you Danny, but we have known each other for over 20 years now, and we put our pop culture past to the test. We either say it's bad or it stays nostalgic, or does it pass the nostalgia test? What does that mean? What that means to us is that it is so good that we still enjoy it today, past just being nostalgic, that we believe that it could be enjoyed by all. Now, we could be wrong. We could be right. I know we're right. That's basically what it is. Why? Because it's our show. And this is what we put to the test. Sometimes Dan and I don't agree. Most of the time, we kind of get there after debating, but he doesn't eat meat right now. I still eat meat. So we aren't that friendly all the time. We aren't
that friendly.
No. So, guys, again, if you like what you hear, subscribe to the pod, follow us on Facebook, on Instagram, share, like, comment. We want to hear comments. We want to hear what we can improve on. We want to hear your ideas for any tests that we should be thinking about. Maybe we just aren't even thinking about it anymore because we have so many other tests in our minds, and you bring something up, we'll shout you out on the podcast, or you might even become a guest because we do have listeners, our favorite listeners, become guests.
Yes.
So maybe yours is so good that we need you to come on and be an expert on that test. Either way, follow, subscribe, like, because that's how more people get to listen to this podcast. Now, we're getting into another list, ladies and gentlemen.
This is a list.
Okay. So this is a list of puzzle toys.
Yes.
Or strategy, not strategy. It's not strategy. Puzzle toys,
I would say
guess.
Puzzle toys, like puzzle games and toys, yeah.
Yes. Now, are we putting to the test? We're not putting the commercials to the test because there's only a few that had commercials. Yeah. We're actually putting the game as we remember it to the test. It's not like I have the game or the puzzle in front of me right now.
Right.
We're going to both just review in our heads what we could remember about this game and whether or not we believe that it's still good enough to pass the nostalgia test.
Yeah. So, it's weird because we're not doing commercials. This is not the toy commercials one. This is literally we're talking about these games, and I've sent Manny some links, and we're looking at some stuff about the game. Some have commercials, some are just about what this is, and we're thinking would I want to play that again? Would I want to play that at all? And I've had all of these things.
You've had
except for Bop It, which we're doing.
Okay.
Let me just put the lists out there for you.
Yeah, put it out there.
We're going to be talking about the game Simon, the Rubik's Cube, Bop It, this thing called the Labyrinth, which is this wooden toy, which you're going to see all these links in the show notes so you can see it as well. It's like you try to bring a marble around this whole maze without falling into these holes. And this thing called Waterfalls, or maybe it's not called Waterfalls, where you're or rings, like water rings or something, where you push air to push these little plastic rings in the water or balls into these baskets or on top of these like a ring toss.
They have many of those, but yeah, okay.
So that's what we're doing, and
I think let's. I'm gonna go out of that list.
Manny, I started losing my mind thinking about this.
I'm gonna say let's start with Bop It. Okay, I just want to get this over with.
Bop It.
Pull it. Now I know we're not really doing commercials, but I did watch the commercial.
Yeah.
So those who don't know what Bop It is it's a wand, I guess, a stick, a stick with, you should check it out. Obviously, that's why we have Google now, or Lugal. It's a stick that has a couple different things on it. Has like a button like the target button, a little twisty thing at the end, and something that you could pull.
Yeah.
So the whole idea is that it's kind of like Simon in a way. It's a memory game, right?
Yeah.
So the robot commands you to do certain things to the stick, and you have to follow along. And as you go further along, it gets quicker, and you got to remember: bop it, pull it, twist it, pop it, bop it, crop it, bop it. Dan, I never had this. I knew people who did.
Yeah.
And I like puzzle games. I'm going to start off with I like puzzle games.
Yes.
I hate Bop It.
Dude.
Okay. The commercial is ridiculous.
It's crazy.
Okay.
The guy scares the shit out of us. He was like, "Hey, you want to play Bop It?" It's like, what?
So these guys are in the commercial. I know, again, we're not
We're not
going over the commercial, but I'm just going to say they're at a carnival. They're in front of that balloon popping game, which I do remember being an awesome game and very, very addicted to play. And you waste a lot of money at carnivals. And maybe we should do carnival games too. And maybe we should ask you who are listening right now, give us a list of carnival games we should go over.
Ooh,
because one being the clown that has the water gun that you gotta blow up and pop the balloon. Anyways, they're playing this game. They get interrupted by this dude who's like, "Hey, do you want to play a better game than this awesome clown popping the balloon game?" Sure. Yeah. What are we going to play? We're going to play Bop It. And these kids lose their mind. I hate this game, Dan.
Dude, your hatred for this is so funny because you're right. It's a stick that you hit, pull, twist, or whatever. Now, I will say this. There is another Bop It. They did not reboot, but like I guess remix Bop It. So they did make it harder. I think it's like Bop It Extreme or something now. But let's just a little facts about Bop It. Bop It are a line of toys of audio games, following a series of commands issued through voice recordings produced by speaker by the toy, in which you have to then like do what it tells you. You have Bop It, you have Bop It Extreme, Bop It Extreme 2, Bratz Bop It Blast, Bop It Download. I mean, it's crazy the amount of Bop Its that you have now. One looks like a wheel now, like a steering wheel. It's crazy. But I will say that I did not have Bop It. It was released in 1996. I never had it. I never wanted it. But when I went to someone's house that had it, I did want to play it, but I immediately got pissed off at Bop It.
I don't particularly hate it because it was like hard. I just thought it was stupid.
You didn't like the music?
No, I think that's what it was. It was like the sound bothered me.
Pull it.
Yeah. I felt like I was in a cartoon. I felt like I was in a comic book cartoon.
Yeah.
And pow and tow and pow was like all over the place. And I just couldn't concentrate on liking this game. And I like one of the games that's kind of exactly like that. Simon. Oh. I love Simon. So like I like memory games, but I didn't like and I see that they tried to go with Bop It Extreme. They try to make it kind of round, kind of like Simon, where you could hold it like a steering wheel, like you're saying, but you have to do all these different things like spin it, bop it, pull it, twist it, quag it. Like it just got annoying for me. It just got annoying. Like again, I did play it like you did, but
I literally was just like, as it was doing it, and it was like, bop it, blah, blah, whatever. And I was like, throw it and break it should have been the next command. Because like, unlike Simon, which we'll get to Simon, it's memory, but it's hand-eye coordination. But you're not memorizing a pattern. The thing is just screaming at you, and you do what it screams at you. So it's like, bop it. It's like, oh, okay. And and if you don't get it, it makes a terrible sound. And then it starts over again. And it's just like, oh my God.
You're right. You know what? I don't remember it being the memory part. It's like, doesn't it just get faster that you have to constantly like
that's it.
Do it after it says like, so it's like bop it, twist it, bop it, twist it, like, it like just starts. Yeah. I don't know.
It starts like short circuiting.
Yeah. Bro.
I hate this thing.
Yeah.
I hate it.
These are going to be quick because I can't. There's how much more we're going to say I hate it.
Yeah,
so,
people just understand. This is going to be a quick one. This is going to be a quick episode. This is Three Musketeers bad.
we got to get to the point here. This game sucks. If you like Bop It, let us know and tell us why you even liked it, because something might be wrong with you. You might be the same person that says Rocky 4 sucks. Steve Herrera. You know what?
No,
this is
bad.
in that line. It doesn't do anything for me.
No, bad. Totally bad.
Doesn't even get nostalgic for me.
No, I hate it. It's not nostalgic.
Should the game just put it to rest?
Yeah.
Put it to rest.
And one of the commands
next
should be
one, Dan.
bury it.
I'm going to move on. Bury it. Put it away. Put it in the closet. Put her in the bathroom.
Burn.
All right. Wooden Labyrinth. Now, you had this game?
Okay, so I had this because, of course, I had it. My dad is a weirdo, and I don't know where he got it, if he found it or something. Because I also had a foosball table which he found on the street and brought into the house. So maybe he found it. But I did have this.
Perfect.
And it was such a weird game because it's a maze that has a marble, and there's these knobs on either side of it, like all four sides of this cube box, and you're trying to like tilt the landscape that the marble's on in order to move the marble around these like holes to get to the end of the maze. That is the thing. Yeah. Really.
Okay. So this game should have been a carnival game because this game would make a lot of money. There were a lot of holes.
Yes.
The maze was great.
Yeah.
I see people who try to do two balls at once. It was hard enough to get one ball.
Yeah.
This guy in the video is doing two balls. So obviously he's an expert at Labyrinth. So there's two things you have to also remember with this. You have to make sure your Labyrinth is correctly like calibrated.
Yeah.
And that things haven't gotten loose, or else it even adds a whole other level to the game.
Yeah.
So like your point was that you have to go around this maze and you have to follow 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. You have to pass all these holes. It's not like you can like skip and go to another hole, like skip and go to another spot and just skip the whole board. No, you have to go through a certain path. It was full concentration. Now, did you ever get it?
No, of course not.
No, I don't ever remember winning, but I remember getting pretty far and then like wanting to throw this thing when like you get to like, there's it's 60, there's 60 holes. So you got to get to 60. Imagine getting to like 55 and dropping the ball.
Dude, I'm watching this guy do the two ball one.
Yeah.
I hate this guy already.
Yeah.
Because
this guy has pure concentration.
Practice this. Like he left one ball and then he brought the other one.
Yeah, it's pure balance. It's pure patience. Dan, I'm going to be like my dad and say a dad joke. I'm not a doctor. I don't have patience.
Okay. How did he do that? Oh, dude, I hate this guy.
This guy. Wow. Look at this thing. He's at 35 right now.
Wow.
The balls are both on the other side of each other, and he's able to do this.
I mean, this game, come on. I will say, is really well developed. Do you know what I mean? It's like, and it's not complicated to create. Like they didn't like it's a wooden game. It's very classic and stuff like that. And it's hard. Like I'm trying to think. Like Bop It, I don't like. You know what I mean? And I don't think it was good. Even if like someone tried to say they like Bop It, I don't think it was a good thing anyway. It sucked as a concept. This, on the other hand, even if I wasn't good at it, which I wasn't, even if I said I hated it for some reason, the concept is really awesome. And actually it's like, I don't know, it's hard to think like it's really gonna, thinking about it passing the nostalgia test, I'm really like, my God, this guy is a genius.
No, this guy's great. Everyone who's listening to this right now, you need to go click on the link that Dan puts into the website, and the bio of this, because you need to watch this guy do two balls through Labyrinth, because it's mesmerizing to watch the fact that this happens. What's great about this game too is that it had the numbers, right? Because you always wanted to beat your number. Like, I was able to get to number 16 that time. Now I got to go and get further. There was always a competition in its own right. This guy,
Yeah.
He's killing it. But I agree, Dan. I think the game, I never won the game,
Never.
but I never hated it because of that. I
Yeah.
thought it was greatly challenging. It was almost meditative,
Yeah. It's like
right?
Tetris.
Like Dan, guys, Dan is not
I'm not
even
paying
paying attention to
attention.
what I'm saying because he's mesmerized by this guy
I'm
who
gonna
is
stop
about to
watching.
finish
Yeah.
and win. Are you at the part where he's got the
He
2-1s at the
one
end?
ball is basically just went right
Oh,
into
I
it.
got it. He completes it. What I thought was great about it is like it is classic. Like it's a simple game.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a simple solo game. You
Yeah.
could play against each other because you could be like, beat my score. There
Right.
was a score. How
Right.
far did you get? Well, I got to 16. I got to 25.
Yeah.
I got to 50. So
I could see
and
this also becoming
it
some sort of drinking game.
absolutely, absolutely. It's a great game. I like this game. Do you have any facts on Labyrinth?
The classic wooden labyrinth game has challenged and fascinated players of all ages ever since it was introduced in 1946. In fact, this Brio Labyrinth game that I'm looking at right now on the website has sold over 3 million copies worldwide. So this has been around since 1946, and that's really all I think I need to know.
That's it. This game is classic.
Yeah,
Everyone, I'm saying it passes the test.
yeah.
It would, if I bought it today for my family, we'd have a great time playing it.
Oh, I think if I had this at home right now, I'd be playing it. It passes the nostalgia test. It's so weird that I'm saying that because when we originally made this list, I was like, no, that thing's gonna fuck that thing. But I think to me, it's a well-made game. It's like challenging. Where Bop It is just like some maniac screaming in your face.
Yeah.
I hate that thing.
No, and it's quiet. Like you could
Yeah.
play it, and like I said, it's meditative. Takes
Yeah.
a lot of patience and
Yeah.
concentration.
Yeah.
I like it.
What's the
Now,
next one, Manny? What do you got?
I'm gonna say the stupid, ridiculous. I guess you want to call it waterfall game.
I don't know what to call this thing. I'm bringing the link up that I sent you.
Somebody calls this the waterfall ring toss.
Yeah, there's a waterfall ring toss. Tommy waterfall ring toss, and we're watching some sort of like thing. So I'm gonna try to look it up, but why don't you explain to the audience what we're looking at?
It's okay. So it is called the Tommy waterfall ring toss. So we're looking at is an apparatus that is it's a plastic red and clear apparatus that has plastic rings inside of it with two, I would say, hooks or spikes in the middle of it, and you fill it up with water. Without water, it's just a container that holds plastic rings. Nothing happens after that. Now, there's on the bottom is a white button that shoots air or shoots the water, like it squirts the water against the rings so that you have to then get the rings on the spikes that are set kind of not that far away from the spike, but like there's two of them. So like this game is mindless.
It's so
okay.
Dumb.
The game is mindless. It is the first video game ever without electronics, in my opinion. Like, what do you do with this game? Now, I get it. This is good to keep like a 5-year-old busy.
Yes.
Right?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, maybe we're calling it's Waterful.
Waterful. That's what it's called. Waterful.
Waterfalls. Oh.
Waterful ring toss.
Who gives a shit?
Now, what I don't like is that there's no rhyme or reason to the colors of the rings.
No.
Right? I guess just to make it like look good. Right?
Yeah.
Because like it would make sense if you're saying like you have to get only red rings in. Like I guess you could start challenging yourself and like doing that.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
And like the game is endless because all you need is water. There's no batteries.
Nothing.
You're just spitting, that button causes you to the rings to get tossed in the water and they go down on the spikes. What happens? What do you do?
You just press air.
Does it? It's just a waste. I mean, it's a time suck like anything else.
But this is the worst time suck of all time. Like, because I had this.
Okay.
I had this.
Everyone, I think I had this too.
Yeah. I also had the one with the little baskets that had like the balls and you have to get the balls in the basket.
For some reason, that was more fun.
Yeah.
Because then you could I think because then you could keep score.
Right. Well, you can keep, yeah.
I guess the way to keep score on this is like beat your time.
Yeah, how many rings did you get up there and the amount of time or whatever, right? Like you got to set up the whole environment for it. Like if you don't, then it's just like endless of just like, okay. Like you got to be like, all right, how many rings can you get in like 30 seconds? And then you have to go, right? But like other than that, it's just water and a piece of plastic and air. Just like, I mean, it's like, it's horrible. I hate this thing.
You hate this thing. I almost I'm almost looking at this as like it's making you be more imaginative. That's not even a fucking word. I don't even know. It makes you come up with the game on your own.
But it's providing something. It's supposed to provide the game. It's like giving someone a bag of like wood and rocks and be like, here, make a game.
Oh, you know what? I forgot that there was a trap where like the rings would go and you wouldn't be able to flip them up again. So like that was the other part of the game. Like, so there was some strategic part to this game. Like there's a part on the ramp where like, it's like a cliff dive that the rings go into. So then you get less rings to go on your hook. So you basically could play for like, how many rings can you get on? So,
I mean, the thing is this again, like, I feel like what's funny about looking at some of these things is like, without being an adult, the thing that could make this fun, and this is just, I guess, shows like
drinking.
What's wrong with me is that like could be a drinking game, but as a kid, like I mean, when I had this, I don't know. I look at this and I'm just like, I would break this in 2 seconds. You know what I mean? Because like I would walk away from it probably really quickly. Wow, this guy takes it apart and everything. 1976, Waterful. That's supposed to be like a play on Wonderful.
Yeah, I mean, don't go chasing waterfalls.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Just stick to the Simons like you're used to.
Oh God! And there's like a bunch of them. There's like the basketball one. I mean,
the basketball one wasn't that bad, bro, because you could keep score. I get what you're saying about the rings, but like, I guess the frustration would be if you got it on the cliffhanger.
I guess,
but I don't know.
I thought that part was just broken.
I would say that this is nostalgic, as in like, as a child, I remember wasting a lot of time with it, but I would never play this again. Like, if you gave this to me now, I'd be like, I'd press it twice and be like, yeah, this is not happening. Like, what am I doing here? Like, I could just go play beer pong if I want to make it a drinking game.
I'm saying this is bad. I'm sorry. I'm not even saying it's nostalgic. I looked at it. I felt no feelings. I felt frustration. And I think I also felt a little anger. I don't know why. I just was like, I don't like this. And it was one of those things that I think when I was given to play with, that I was like, no one put any thought into this. Like, you just don't want me around right now. So you gave me some like half-ass thing that isn't a video game, but kind of feels like a video game in my hands. And now I have to go play with this.
Okay. Dan doesn't like this game.
No, Dan does not like Waterful ring toss.
I need to remind everybody, if you're listening and you have yet to subscribe, please subscribe to the podcast, like, share, follow us on Instagram and on Facebook, Twitter, comment, let us know what you would like us to test, and let us know if you agree with all the other tests.
Yeah, I think you should definitely agree with me on a Waterful. It sucks. If you love this podcast and you're a sponsor out there,
you want to tip me?
Yeah, you can email us at the nostalgiatest@gmail.com. So,
that's right. So the next two ones, which one is it going to be? A toss-up of which one? What are we going to do?
Dude, I feel like I have a lot of hate for a lot of this.
Okay, so I'm gonna say let's do Rubik's Cube.
I fucking hate this thing.
I'm gonna tell you, the 1980s Rubik's Cube commercial is terrible. Okay.
Dude. Yeah.
Is it
God.
supposed to be making it like Benjamin Franklin was playing with Rubik's Cube?
No, it's like Isaac Newton.
Oh yeah, Newton. And then the judge. So they got all these smart people playing with this Rubik's Cube. It's apparently a waste of time. The baseball player, like, dude, I remember. Did you have a Rubik's Cube?
Yeah, of course I had a Rubik's Cube. I feel like everyone had a Rubik's Cube, and or maybe I'm wrong.
Did you ever solve it?
No, I never solved a Rubik's Cube, which I guess I've been spelling incorrectly my entire life. Oh my God.
So give me the facts before I go into how I feel about this thing.
So here we are, Rubik's Cube. So the Rubik's Cube is a 3D combination puzzle invented in 1974 by Hungarian sculptor and professor of architecture Erno Rubik, originally called the Magic Cube. The puzzle was licensed by Rubik to be sold by Ideal Toy Corp in 1980 via businessman Tibor Laxzy and Seven Towns founder Tom Kremer. Rubik's Cube won the 1980 German Game of the Year Special Award for Best Puzzle. As of January 2009, 350 million cubes had been sold worldwide, making it the world's top-selling puzzle game. It is widely considered to be the world's best-selling toy.
Okay. That is crazy. First of all, do you know that there's a Netflix special on people who go to competitions, kids who do this one-handed, and they're timed? And it's insane to watch people solve this that quickly, because I had this toy or puzzle, and like I said, I like puzzles. Mm-hmm. I've never been able to sit and actually solve this puzzle.
Dude, I had a Rubik's Cube. I played with this Rubik's Cube. I then tried to get, sometimes all right, I got one side. Awesome. Then I'm like, great. But now I have to ruin that side to get to the other side. Like, what the fuck? And then I was like, the hell with this thing. And I walked away from it.
The allure of the Rubik's Cube, the statement of the Rubik's Cube, I mean, it's everywhere. You talk about the 80s. Mm-hmm. There's a poster with the 80s. Rubik's Cube is on it. I mean, there's people who are covering bands. It's called Rubik's Cube. I mean, this is the statement of the 80s, right?
Oh, yeah.
You know, if there was going to be an art piece, this was an art piece. So, you know, Nintendo GameCube tried to kind of play off of that. So,
Hellraiser, that thing in Hellraiser, if you ever saw that.
So, it was a phenomenon. I don't know if I like the game.
I don't understand why it was a phenomenon. I guess because once you solved it, you were awesome, or you know, then you could, how quickly can you solve it and how many moves can you solve the Rubik's Cube? But a part of me was just what's keeping me from just taking the stickers off this thing and just putting them all together? And I solved it.
That itself is the puzzle solve, right?
Right. I mean, didn't I solve it? Isn't that the quickest way to solve the Rubik's Cube?
Sure.
Take the stickers off and put it. Doesn't that make me smarter than everyone else?
It's stop wasting time and just do that.
Yeah, it's oh, how'd you solve it? Bro, stickers come right off, stick them right back on. Done.
That's right.
I'm out of here.
Boom. They should make a magnet Rubik's Cube where you just it's magnet stickers and you can just move it around. Yeah, I mean, dude, like I said, there's the Netflix special on kids. It's almost you know, how spelling bee is a big thing, and that age group, and this kid with who's on the spectrum actually becomes this is it works with him. He can figure out the algorithm really quickly because I guess
works in that way.
His gift that he has, that his mind can work with that. He's talking to people and he's going like this with his hands, two hands, and he's solving these things.
How?
And he's picking up whatever. It doesn't matter what form it's in or whatever, and he's solving it. Wow. And I'm just I'm in awe of the game. I just can't do it.
No, I can't do this. I can't. But see, that's the thing. So the labyrinth, I can't do either. But it passes the nostalgia test. Now the Rubik's cube, I can't do. I would just say, for me, the Rubik's cube is just nostalgic. I look at it; it's an artifact of the '80s. Like it's like a portal. Like I feel like it would open up a portal to the '80s, and I would walk through it, and that's where I would go. Somewhere like, you know, stereotypically '80s. I just don't see myself ever wanting to purchase a Rubik's Cube and want to play it. If I had one right now, I probably would have played it, for a little bit and then been like, I'm not playing this. And just then it would just become part of my desk and it just sit there like a paperweight.
Huh.
Or I would have taken a picture of it and posted it on our Instagram account at the Nostalgia Test on Instagram.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. At the Nostalgia Test Instagram. Hashtag Nostalgia Test podcast. But shameless plug. But yeah, I think I have to go with you that it's definitely nostalgic. It's definitely, I mean, there's no question about it. It's 80s icon.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you say if it passes the test? It's a puzzle that can last forever.
Yeah.
I don't think it necessarily passes the nostalgia test for me.
No.
Like, just because I agree, I would have picked it up, and I do sometimes struggle with buying this. Like, oh, do I want to give it to my niece? Like, I just bought a bunch of puzzles from my niece for Christmas. And like, she solved this one puzzle about this bar and it was like a bar in a jar and it has a nut bolt in it and a ball. And you have to get the ball out of the jar and then put everything back together. A bolted nut is in this jar.
Wow.
She figured it out. Wow. And then she had to put it back together and then nut the bolt back. Okay. It was crazy. It's like a 5-star rating puzzle. I love those kind of puzzles.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I look at the Rubik's Cube and I don't see it as a damn puzzle. And I see it just as an icon and it pisses me off. And I don't even want to touch it and whether or not I want to even deal with the puzzle that it is. And I don't know why, because I like puzzles.
Dude, did you ever have one like at Lithology when like people can actually come there? Did you guys have a Rubik's Cube?
No, but that's a good idea. When people are like less afraid to touch things, yes. Yeah. That's a good idea.
Have like a Rubik's Cube and like make it some sort of contest. Be like, if you solve the Rubik's Cube in under a minute.
Yeah. You get a free pint.
Yeah. Right.
If you don't, you have to buy 5 more pints.
If you don't, you buy me a pint. If you don't,
welcome to Lithology, where you have to follow you want a free pint all night long? Solve the Rubik's Cube in a minute. If not, you have to buy everybody here a pint.
Maybe it should be 30 seconds.
I don't know if people could do it in a minute.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
I don't know, man. Maybe if someone has already solved it, maybe they can.
Yeah, some asshole come in there with like having watched a YouTube video.
He's like, oh, really? And he one-hands it while he's drinking a pint.
That's it. You have to solve it one-handed while chugging a beer. Got it.
This episode is sponsored by Lithology Brewing Company out of Farmingdale, New York. It's a nano brewery. Come down on ingredients, 60% New York ingredients. Edit point.
So yeah, I think the Rubik's Cube stays nostalgic. I mean, of course. I mean, it's a really famous toy. I just don't see myself ever wanting to buy it for myself. I would probably buy a yo-yo before a Rubik's Cube.
Okay. I like yo-yos. I would too.
Yeah.
I was actually all right. I had a couple tricks under my sleeve. With the yo-yo.
Yeah. Walk the dog.
Walk the dog, and then that other one with the swing set. I almost got that, like to wrap back. Like I would get it to swing.
Yeah.
And then like I couldn't. No.
Every time I had a yo-yo, it would just spin, and I was like, "Why is it all tangled all the time?" I'm like, "I hate this." But then, like, everyone's like, "Dude, around the world." I'm like, "Just swing it." Yeah, we're not swinging a yo-yo around. Like, we're gonna hit someone in the face.
Just yo-yo. Oh my god.
I think we're here, Manny, at the last one.
Oh, we're here. First of all, I know we said no commercial review, but I have to say, this commercial is phenomenal.
Yeah.
This commercial is like a less futuristic Crossfire.
Totally. Yeah.
Right? It's kind of like 90s heartthrob or 80s heartthrob movie meets toy commercial.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, dude comes in. First of all, we're talking about Simon, ladies and gentlemen. The memory game Simon,
Oh,
where you have to follow light patterns,
lights and sounds.
the
Yeah.
colors, lights and sounds. Nobody telling you bop it, strip it, do this or whatever.
Strip it.
I have to say, my aunt had this game.
Yeah.
She had it and I had this game, but my aunt had the mini one where it was like as big as like the iPod 8, I would
I
say.
have that. Yeah.
And you could use your thumbs.
Hmm.
Bro, I love Simon. Okay. I think it's such a great game. The commercial though, before I get further into the game, is great. Dude comes in wearing a jacket that's not he doesn't have his sleeves in his jacket, but he has his jacket over his shoulders. He pops his shoulders off. Girl grabs the jacket and he's like, "Are you ready to Simon?" And this guy, while everybody's watching, he's freaking doing Simon.
Yes.
He's competing against Simon. It is a great commercial.
He's like total dude. This guy looks like he should be in the Cobra Kai dojo. He like comes in like just like with the. He looks like a villain. That's the best part when I watched it. I was like, so Simon's gonna defeat him, right? Like this kid's a dick. But
Yeah.
no, he's not. He's the hero of the commercial.
Dude,
Oh
it's
god.
so great. He's
God.
and he, like, did you see where like the girl puts the jacket back on him
Oh my
and he
god.
looks back at Simon like, I killed you.
I killed
Got
you,
you.
toy.
Yeah.
The second commercial that's on that link that I sent you is
Yeah.
is really crazy too, because it's like two people playing Simon, and there's the kid at the end, like it's intense.
Yeah. And that it's
Wow.
a lot more colors than that one.
A lot
Like that
more
one
color.
takes place inside and they all talk about more about the colors. Where the other one was really more about the sound. Because you didn't really see the colors that much because it was like
Outdoors.
too outdoors.
Yeah,
You know.
Simon's not an outdoor game.
No.
It's an indoor game.
But the sounds corresponded to the color.
Yeah, there were different sounds, like boop 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 boop. Like there were different sounds.
Yeah, and you just like repeated it in your head, like
Yeah.
burp burp beep beep burp burp burp
Yeah.
burp beep beep burp 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 beep beep burp 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 burp. Oh man, I love Simon. I don't know why you hate this game. I
didn't
love
say
it.
I hated Simon.
I thought when we mentioned it, I thought you didn't like Simon. I thought you had a problem with Simon.
No. I like Simon.
Oh, okay. Oh, you do?
Because I have a lot of there's a lot of nostalgia for me for Simon. Simon was at my grandparents' house. Like whenever I went to my grandparents' house, my mom's parents, I played Simon all the time. So I was playing Simon a lot. Like, and they also had that thing. Were you a kid? Did you have this thing where you sat on this like round plastic disc, and then they had another disc that was like a wheel, and you spun it, and you just spun yourself in a circle?
Yeah, you just spun around. You just spun around.
I had that at my grandparents and Simon. So I had two choices: get dizzy, or play Simon, or watch, probably Knight Rider or Columbo on TV, right?
Yeah, but like Simon was like making your brain work better.
Yeah, and I love Simon because I also had the handheld one. I had that one. Where like that one was cool. Like I don't know, like if I'm picking between Simon and Rubik's Cube, I'm picking Simon all day long.
Yes.
All day long. Simon, oh god, good move, good game.
Oh, it's a great game. I mean,
they still sell it?
I'm sure they do, bro. Let me see.
I might
give us the facts on Simon. You didn't before
I might have to buy Simon. I might have to buy it. Okay, Simon, here we are.
Target still sells it.
Shut up.
Yeah. For $16.79. I mean, let's hear about it.
So Simon is an electronic game of memory skill invented by Ralph H. Baer and Howard J. Morrison, working for toy design firm Marvin Glass and Associates, with software programming by Lenny Cope. The device creates a series of tones and lights and requires a user to repeat the sequence. If the user succeeds, the series becomes progressively longer and more complex. Once the user fails or the time limit runs out, the game is over. The original version was manufactured and distributed by Milton Bradley and later by Hasbro after it took over Milton Bradley. Much of the assembly language code was written by Charles Capps, who taught computer science at Temple University, and also wrote one of the first books on the theory of computer programming. Simon was launched in 1978 at Studio 54 in New York City and was an immediate success, becoming a pop culture symbol of the 70s and 80s.
At Studio 54. That is great. They gave it to people who were coked out. That's who they gave it to.
Dude, that is the craziest fact of all time.
That's amazing.
All right, we're gonna debut this game for kids. Where are the cokeheads hanging out? Studio
That's right.
54. Let's bring Simon there.
Yeah, because the lights and the sound, bro.
Oh,
I mean, it's a perfect, like, it wasn't just for kids. Everybody had this game. So in the new Simon, the 2014 Simon, so the blue was a G note, the yellow was a C note, the red was an E note, and the green was a G note, which is awesome.
Wow.
So it was an octave higher than the blue note, though. So there was two G notes, but one was an octave higher.
Wow.
So, like, there was a lot that went into this game, into this making of this puzzle.
That's hilarious. Dude, this other part here, in 2011, Hasbro introduced Simon Flash. In this version, the game is played with 4 cube-shaped electronic modules that the player must move around depending on the game mode. What?
Wow.
Dude, what does that look like? Oh, dude, it's literally 4 cubes that you move around.
Really?
That's weird. I don't know about that.
But you could play like 2-player on Simon, couldn't you?
You can.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, right? Because like I'm pretty
sure.
It
was like, I thought there was like a way to do 2-player, and like it would go back and forth.
It had to. I think it had to do that.
Simon Flash. Interesting.
You see it?
Yeah.
It's like these cubes you move around.
Yeah, that's weird.
Yeah.
But hey, they were trying.
But I looked at the re-release Simon. It's all clear. I don't want that. If I'm going to buy Simon, I want the original Simon, matte black and, not clear. Everything in matte.
Oh, I'm down with that.
You know,
I'm down to, like, if I would have to go to like get it on eBay, I would do that.
Yeah, I'm not buying this new version of Simon. I want the font exactly the same. It doesn't have to be fancy. I want good old fashioned Simon. But yeah, I think Simon did take a lot of batteries.
Probably. That's why the handheld one was good.
That's the thing about these games.
I think the handheld had like a C battery in it, like a couple of C batteries. So it did take a lot. I mean, it was a computer program.
Yeah. That's the thing about all these things. Like, we forget how many batteries they take. Like, Simon, I think, took like D batteries, those gigantic ones.
But how do you win in Simon?
I think you just keep going until Simon gives up. Do you win? Is there a way to win?
Can you beat Simon, like that kid in the commercial?
Yeah, I see.
I can look back at him and be like, I got you. Does it tell you like you beat me? My name is Simon.
I don't think it does. Dude, this game has been in a lot of pop culture.
It has to. Okay, here it is. The player has to go through all 16 levels to beat the game.
There's 16 levels.
So you have to remember 16 patterns.
And it gets worse. I mean, it gets faster and faster.
It gets faster and faster. Has anyone beat it? I'm sure people have beat it.
I mean, they have had to, right? I mean, no way people didn't.
How to beat Simon memory game. How to beat Simon. What happens when you beat Simon? Yeah, so people have done it.
It explodes.
People have done it. All right. Well,
wow. It was
good for them.
Like Stephen King put it in his book, The Tommyknockers, in 1987. It was part of an episode of It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia, A Very Sunny Christmas, where Mac finds the game in his closet. Oh my God, that's one of the greatest episodes ever. In an episode of Little Miss Garner, Simon causes the title character to meet Tom Green. In the Family Guy episode, Perfect Castaway, Stewie plays with Simon and makes up his own song lyrics. In the American Dad episode, The One That Got Away, the family becomes addicted to the game, playing it for days without moving, and on and on and on. Like, Simon has come up in so much pop culture. It's also had a lot of clones, meaning like, I guess, other games that it's, created. R2-D2 Ditto Droid, a Star Wars version featuring R2-D2 sounds and Star Wars themed graphics by Tiger Electronics. That's a game. What the hell is that crap? But yeah, I mean, Simon is like a solid game.
Yeah, no, it's great.
I don't think I ever played a broken one either. To me, I don't think I ever broke.
No, like the battery always, that was it. So
yeah, it can take a beating.
It can. I think it's a great game. There's a micro series one, like, it shows you the celebration that it goes through after you beat it. Oh, and it just has a bunch of lights and songs that says you beat it. So
and then it takes you back in time.
Yeah. Then it opens a portal.
Yeah. And then it kills
to only nostalgia things.
Yeah. The Highlander comes out. It's like, there can be only one. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
Not that serious, bro.
And Speak and Spell.
Oh boy, I had that. Well,
All right.
Manny, it passes the nostalgia test for me. In fact,
Yeah, I mean, we don't even have to keep saying it. It's great. It's a great game. I think I might
buying it.
I might be considering buying it too.
We might have to buy it and then put it to the test again and be like, okay, after playing Simon now, what do we think?
Yeah, exactly.
We were wrong. Totally wrong.
This is a terrible game. It's stupid. Maybe it's too easy now. I don't know. I don't think it's too easy. I mean, I'm sure there's an app for it, but it's just not the same. There's just something about pressing that hard plastic, the sound that it's making, and just being close to the game. Like everybody got close and you were just like, shut up. And you're just like,
I love how your memory is very similar to mine. Where other people's like, we got close and we played together. Where else is like, we got close. It's like, shut up. Just shut up. Stop talking. You're ruining it.
Stop talking. I got the freaking song in my head.
You're distracting me.
Exactly.
Oh my God. Simon passes the nostalgia test. People, woo. Here we are at the end of another great list. Let us know what you think. What are your favorite puzzle games? Visit the website, thenostalgiatest.com, and like, subscribe, sign up for the email list, suggest a test, share the podcast with people. Hit us up at the Nostalgia Test on Instagram and Facebook, at Nostalgia Test on Twitter. Shoot us an email, thenostalgiatest@gmail.com. Look, in episode 27, there's a special promise in there from Manny and I that if we reach 10,000 listens, there's going to be a special episode. But you got to help us to get there. Manny's looking at me being like, you haven't told me yet. No. I don't remember that. But,
I don't.
But we want to get to 10,000 listens. Join the Nostalgia Revolution. Manny, final thoughts, words, anything?
Simon says good night.
There you go, everybody. Good night. Have a good one. See you in the next test. Thanks for listening to today's episode. Please subscribe to the Nostalgia Test podcast to know when new episodes drop. Don't forget to leave us 5 stars and a positive review so more people can find the podcast. Share your thoughts and memories on today's topic on our Twitter at Nostalgia Test and on Instagram at The Nostalgia Test. Tune in next time because you never know what pop culture will pop up on The Nostalgia Test.